Welcome to Test Prep CA7, question number 8, and this is obviously for the part 1. The question number 8 is actually a Venn diagram for quadrilaterals, and what we're going to do is we're just going to fill in the appropriate labels on the various lines. So let's start with the first one. This first one here is quadrilaterals. Okay. So these are the different type of quadrilaterals, all right? That's the first one on the line. The second one here is actually a type of quadrilateral. It's a parallelogram, all right? We're going to put that right here, parallelogram, okay? All right. Now, if we wanted to do trapezoids, we would actually put the trapezoids in the quadrilateral circle, but not in the parallelogram. So trapezoids would go over, basically over here in this section here, all right? But we're not going to actually do trapezoids because they just didn't leave space for it in this particular diagram. So ignore trapezoids for now, but that is where trapezoids would go. Basically somewhere in here, it'd be another circle a lot like parallelograms, but we're not going to do that today. So going back to quadrilaterals and parallelograms. And I twisted this. There we go. Almost. There we go. Now, in the parallelograms, basically what a quadrilateral is any four-sided polygon. A parallelogram is a four-sided polygon where the opposite sides are parallel. So in a square, for instance, the opposite sides are parallel from one another. So that means it's a parallelogram as well as a square. And a rectangle is the same. Also, a rhombus is the same. So we do have to put those three within the parallelogram circle. So we have to put those three in here somewhere. But the question is, where do they each go on the line? Well, let's take a closer look. Basically, the two big subcategories of parallelograms are rhombuses and rectangles. So the rhombus is a shape where all four sides are equal, whereas a rectangle, that doesn't have to necessarily be the case. So what we're going to have here is we're going to put the rhombus on this line here. We could choose to put the rhombus on the opposite line across from it. That would work as well, but we're going to put it here for now. So the rhombus goes there. Then we're going to do another one over here. This is going to be the rectangle, okay? And what makes a rectangle is a parallelogram where it has four right angles as the angles of it. A rhombus doesn't have to have right angles, okay? And right in between them two, where they overlap, is the rhombus and the rectangle, is a very special shape, and it's called the square. And the square is actually a rhombus and a rectangle, as well as a parallelogram and a quadrilateral. So that's a square. I'm just going to put it there. And that is how you fill out a Venn diagram for quadrilaterals. All right, so you have the quadrilaterals here. You have the parallelograms here, the rhombus and the rectangle, and they overlap to give you the square. And that's basically how we do a Venn diagram for quadrilaterals. Once again, the trapezoids would go actually in here. They'd be their own separate circle. If you really wanted to put them in, you could. But we're not going to do that for this particular video. So if you, I hope that helped you out with that problem, and we'll talk to you soon.